2 parks, 2 days. From the dark depths of Carlsbad Caverns to the blinding brilliance of White Sands. This isn't about checking parks off a list, but about experiencing what makes them great. And what we found was far more than we even hoped.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
I feel like it's the perfect day to go down into the caves.
Because it's rainy.
And overcast. And cold.
Yeah. We go down 750 feet.
Smooth.
And it feels cold.
Yeah. Carlsbad Caverns.
So a few things to note. It is a pretty regulated temperature down here. Naturally regulated. It's 56 degrees, I believe. So it is a bit chilly. So we are wearing jackets to stay comfortable. And the majority of the trail, I think all of the trail that visitors can go on is paved.
Yeah, super accessible. And we're here at 9:30. That's when the caves open. And then there's not that many people here. So let's go explore before our tour in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The footage is a little grainy. It's because we're in a cave, so bear with us. We're doing the best we can trying to show off this really incredible national park. I mean, the way that the national park system has lit up the caverns is like art. It's like an art form. It's highlighting all the different speleothems and different features all throughout the cave. And we haven't even gotten to the main piece yet, but it's so incredible.
We're about to go into an area that's locked and is only reserved for ranger-led tours. And Ranger Joe is unlocking the gate for us.
500,000 years ago and weighs a whopping 200,000 tons. It's a very heavy piece of rock that fell from the ceiling and would have changed how
Whoa! That's so cool.
Holy cow. Look at that. Oh, those are drapes, right? Yeah, this is the first scenic room, King's Palace.
We're the only 24 people out of the thousands that visit Carlsbad Caverns in a day to see these 3 scenic rooms. Why cut off access to these rooms? Well, unfortunately, since these rooms are somewhat isolated, there was so much vandalism that the park had to cut off access to preserve what was left. Fortunately, today, the King's Palace tour was open to show the unique formations, but that's only one small piece of the tour. Rangers Joe and Elliot put the history, challenges, and goals for this national park into context, giving us so much to think about for the direction of the park. If you have a chance, take a ranger-led tour and leave the park with a new perspective.
That tour was absolutely incredible. I'm still shocked that we even got the tour, but wow, that was amazing. We're heading back up to the surface though. We're gonna get some food, and then we're gonna do the natural entrance and see the big room. All right, we are fed and it is about 1:30, so an hour before the entrance closes, because you can only get in from 9:30 to 2:30, but you can stay until 4:45. So we're gonna make that last entrance and do our hike down.
Into the natural entrance.
Into the natural entrance. No more elevators, maybe on the way out, probably on the way out, but no more elevators going down. Now on the way to the natural entrance is also the place that you would watch the bats when they kind of leave the cave every dusk. However, it is not bat season. We are here in early April and the bats kind of come in the summer, and there are hundreds of thousands of bats that leave and enter the cave every single night. It's wild. Definitely want to come back to this park when the bats are here. I think that would be an incredible experience to see. This is the amphitheater for watching the bats, and just beyond it I see the natural entrance, and it is stunning.
Now, this natural entrance is a 1.5-mile hike down into the cavern, and it is a strenuous hike. So if a strenuous hike is outside of your range of comfort, it is recommended to take the elevator down. But look at how big and grand this natural entrance is.
I thought I saw a bat when we basically just started coming down, and but we saw a sign. Basically there are birds that live here, cave swallows. So it was a swallow, not a bat. It's like, wow, we actually saw a bat. No, just a swallow. Still really pretty, but kind of the diurnal side of the park where the bats will be, the nocturnal, later in the season. But now we're kind of at the end of the light, I guess, end of the light, and we're going down. Down and down and down. And this actually, I mean, obviously this is man-made, right? The original entrance to the cave was about 50 feet, and it was just a hole. And so they had to use ladders, ropes, a bunch of different systems for basically coming down here. And now we have this very accessible path that it is today.
It is such a humbling experience to be down here. The size of this cave is so big. And to think that we still have not been to the big room yet blows my mind, because every room seems massive. So I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the rest of this first part of the trail, but it's really truly stunning. Truly.
Descending the 750-foot drop through the natural entrance gives the cave a sense of scale the elevator never could. One thing's for sure, after summiting the top of Texas in our last video, our legs are thrilled. We are not hiking out of this one.
We have finally made it to the cutoff that we did earlier when we did our ranger tour, so we are very close to getting to the big room. We've been hiking for over a mile, but every single step is just beautiful. Let's go check out the big room.
Yay! The piece de resistance is ahead.
This is absolutely incredible. The big room is massive. You're dwarfed here. The ceiling is like so high up there. It goes off into the distance, and when everything went pitch black earlier, it was like, you really like, that's how this whole cave has been for almost ever.
Millions of years.
Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely crazy. You have to come to Carlsbad Caverns National Park. It is a mind-blowing experience.
The big room is breathtaking, but Carlsbad Caverns is full of wonders. Each turn reveals something new, something strange, something beautiful, and your imagination runs wild as you wander the paths. This is a national park experience like no other.
The light is so bright. That was an incredible time in Carlsbad Caverns. But now, for our 2 days in 2 national parks, we're gonna drive part of the way to White Sands and make a specialty dinner. All right, let's go. Yeah. Home sweet home. We are staying the night on some BLM land here in New Mexico, on the way to White Sands, and it's getting cold. But it's nice to let Ollie out. She gets a little freedom. She loves BLM land so far. National Park,
exciting.
number 7.
Woohoo! We are starting our time here in White Sands National Park with the Dune Nature Trail. And one of the best things about this national park is that dogs are allowed. So Ollie is joining us.
Yay, Ollie!
Excited?
You go for a walk?
I feel like it must be blinding for Ollie because the sand dunes are so white, meaning that they are so bright, and it is just blinding how bright they are. Sunglasses are definitely a must.
Oh. We've been looking forward to White Sands for so long because dogs are allowed, and dogs are not allowed at the majority of the national parks. But here, with a 6-foot leash, they are allowed anywhere we're allowed, which is almost everywhere. Pretty cool. Now we chose to do White Sands National Park second and Carlsbad first, just because of sort of where we were before this, but really you can do either park first. White Sands is definitely the smaller park, so I would recommend leaving that for the driving day, which is kind of how it worked out for us. We got here around noon, or maybe the day you fly in, just depending on your own schedule. It is important to know that this park, just like the Caverns at Carlsbad, have set hours, so you can only come here, I think, about dawn to dusk.
The landscape here at White Sands National Park is really beautiful. It is simple beauty, but having these mountains, the Oregon mountains behind us, kind of like, well, as a matter of fact, we're in a basin, but it is just beautiful. Like being in this basin surrounded by mountains, the landscape is just, it's stunning. And it's a very like simple beauty, but it's just so pretty.
We didn't see any animal prints that we recognized, but we did see this one print. It was like very wide and long going down a hill. I wonder what that could be.
So we have rented some sleds. One of the main attractions here in White Sands National Park is to sled down the sand dunes. So that's what we're gonna be doing. It's recommended to slide down in a previous path. So we'll give it a go. I think this will be interesting.
Flop.
I wonder if it's just gonna be it.
Cross you. All right, you need a boost?
Nope, sure don't. Sure don't.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Ollie, help your mom.
Are you digging for me? Are you okay.
That's the slowest. That was so glorious.
That was interesting.
Not as smooth as I thought it would go. Ollie's very confused. She's like, what's going on? Oh, I think that's the strategy. Use the hands. You did it.
I don't know that it was the smoothest, but I did get down. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Now there aren't a lot of rules for dune sledding, but there are a couple. The first rule is don't go on the road. Second rule is don't hit any plant life or vegetation. Other than that,
Third rule, stay safe.
oh yeah, that's
Actually number one, but you know.
what do we know? Safe fun is good fun.
So we found a more steep hill, and hopefully we'll have better success.
Hopefully.
Oh, nice. Ollie, stay there, babe. You're okay.
Holy shit. This is really funny. Now let's go explore some more white sands. The majority of white sands can be seen from Loop Road, which is a semi-paved trail, mainly sand, kind of at the end. This gypsum sand, but it's been compacted, so it kind of feels like a regular road, but it's not. And it's 8 miles, and you're just kind of winding through the dunes. Oh, and sunglasses are a prerequisite of coming here. It is so bright. Yeah, sunglasses and a hat.
It is such a beautiful drive, so even if maybe walking on some of these dunes are not accessible to you, just the drive alone is really beautiful.
Okay, so there's plenty of fun in White Sands, but why is this a national park? We knew there had to be something incredible here, so we joined the evening ranger tour to find out more.
Why is the sand white? That is the one that I will be answering for you right now.
I love going on these ranger-led tours because rangers point out things that I would not have seen, or I would have not known exactly what something was. And so our ranger for this tour just pointed out the Kit Fox tracks. So cool. And just seeing it, we're like, oh yeah, now we're spotting them all over. So they really do, like, the ranger-led tours they're amazing.
It turns out White Sands National Park is actually a place of extraordinary significance. Many people assume the fact that it's the largest gypsum dunes in the world as its most impressive feature. And while that is what you see first, White Sands contains the oldest records of humans on the continent of North America. These newly found records predate the Ice Age and essentially throw most of what we knew about humans' arrival on the continent into disarray. Our national parks are truly incredible.